Welcome back to Detroit Wants to Know. This week we're actually coming to you from DTE headquarters, and we're coming from their demonstrator home. It's an amazing thing inside the DTE headquarters. You got to come and check it out. But we're going to come back to the home in a second. But Rodney Cole, my good friend, welcome back to Detroit Wants to Know.
Thank you.
Last summer, a bunch of people got caught in elevators in downtown when we had a brownout and blackout. The summer before, we had the same thing.
Yeah.
I understand that DTE is converting some of the downtown buildings from the public lighting department, the antiquated public lighting department, to the DTE grid. Tell us what's going on there.
Yeah. So what we're in the process of doing right now is it's a 4 to 7 year program where we're converting the 115 customers that were on the public lighting department's grid over to DTE. So we're providing increased reliability so you don't run into those issues that were folks unfortunately ran into previously. It's helping out schools, it's helping out customers.
So those 115 customers include the City of Detroit, Detroit Public Schools, Wayne State.
Yes.
Anything else?
Wayne State, it includes also things like traffic signals, and those 115 customers represent probably about 900 traffic signals and about 600 customer sites.
Well, one of the things we see often, speaking of traffic signals, is we see signals out on Jefferson all the time when there's a windstorm or anything like that. In the winter we see it. We also see our school children, their schools are closed because there's either no heat or no light. So you're saying this is going to fix that?
We're saying that, yeah, this has already dramatically impacted that for the better for young people. So we've converted 41 schools thus far, DPS schools, and you know, what that's translated to across those 41 schools is about 200 additional school days for children. 200
additionals. I'm sure the kids love you for that. What about, has there been an energy savings to DPS? Have you all calculated that out?
Well, I don't know that there's necessarily been an energy savings per se, but what we're also looking to doing is with this updated equipment and different things that we're putting in, you know, really looking to make sure that any of the advantages of this new, you know, kind of installation, things like that, that they're taking advantage of those things.
Now these street lights, are they the street lights all over the city or just in the downtown central business district area?
Not necessarily street lights. Street lights are public.
No, I'm talking about street signals.
Traffic signals, yes. Those are all across the city.
So you're telling me once this is done, we're not going to see these flashing lights that almost cause me to have accidents?
Well, once this is done, all those signals are going to have safe and reliable power, that's for sure.
Okay. I've seen you in the commercial for DTE. DTE in the commercial, we run it on this show. DTE does it in the community. What exactly do you do in the community, Rodney?
Well, what we do is, you know, look at all the opportunities that we have to be a good corporate citizen, a good partner. So everything from our foundation, which is involved with funding a lot of the different initiatives all across our service territory, but of course in the city of Detroit very heavily. You know, we were very you know, kind of instrumental in being supportive of the Public Lighting Authority as it got off the ground and to get lighting going, which they're off and on their own now. Just a number of different initiatives that we are just trying to be supportive of our hometown city here. That's
awesome. And we can get information on DTE's community stuff at where?
Yep, www.dteenergy.com.
Okay, dteenergy.com.
Yes, sir.
Rodney, we'll come back. I'm going to learn about some warmth programs.
Absolutely.
And programs for the poor and the not so poor.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Thanks for having me in your house. It's a great place. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. It's about to be cold outside. We're going to learn how to keep your house warm and your heating and electric bills low. Be right back.
Eric wants to know,
what does DTE Energy do to make Michigan a better place?
Rodney can tell you.
We do a lot, like youth education and employment programs. We fund over 500 jobs for youth all across the state. Many are neighborhood improvement projects just like this.
It's incredible.
Wow, that is fantastic. So this is like a paint by number, this whole thing, right? Communities are such great places, aren't they?
They sure are.
I love the siding. Measure once, cut twice, right? DTE Energy. Know your own power.
Those in the know that it's all happening at the Detroit Seafood Market in Paradise Valley, including happy hour weekdays from 4 until 7. Mondays, it's dinner for 2, including a bottle of wine for just $69. And Tuesdays, it's half-off bottles of wine with dinner for 2. Wednesdays, the Detroit Seafood Market offers all-you-can-eat crab legs for just $30. And who can resist a complete lobster dinner for 2 on Thursdays for just $69? The Detroit Seafood Market and PV Lounge in Paradise Valley. See you there.
Simply buying a gun is not enough. You need professional service and professional instruction. You'll get both at Action Impact in Southfield and in East Point. Good people don't have to be weak people. Learn how to protect yourself and your family.
Step in and step up to the next level in firearms and firearm training. Action Impact, Southfield and East Point.
Welcome back to Detroit Wants to Know. We're coming to you from the DTE Energy House in DTE headquarters in downtown Detroit. My guest is Angie Pizzuti this segment. And Angie, what in the world is THAW?
THAW is an organization that we work with. It stands for the Heat and Warmth Fund. They've been around for about 30 years. Actually, they just celebrated their 30-year anniversary, and they help some of our more vulnerable customers in our service territory that are having difficulty with their bills. We actually just partnered with them to wrap up the Week of Warmth, which was last week, and we raised over $1 million and distributed that $1 million to some of our customers over the period of that week.
Really? And so how did you distribute? Did you just give them vouchers for DTE Energy?
We have customer assistance days. So we reach out to customers that are low income and invite them to come see us, and we partner with social agencies, in this case THAW, to kind of take a look at their bill, give them some assistance, and then try to put them on an affordable payment plan.
Let's talk about your low income plans.
Sure.
Tell me about that. How does that all work?
So we have a few different ways that we assist our low-income customers. One thing we have is the low-income self-sufficiency plan, and it's a fantastic plan. We have about 40,000 customers on it annually, and what it is it kind of partners some of that assistance dollars and spreads it over the life cycle of the customer bill, and the customer pays one set amount every month. We've had great success with
1%?
One set amount. So,
wow, okay.
So regardless of the season, there are some consumption limits on it, obviously, but regardless of the season, they pay one set amount per month, and they're given a set amount through energy assistance dollars to help them kind of get back on their feet and get to a point where, you know, they don't owe money to the utility anymore and aren't constantly stuck in that shut-off trap. We also have a shut-off protection program that we offer to our customers, and that affords them some very affordable payment plans spread over, 24 months and an affordable down payment.
So if somebody goes overboard at Christmas, they may be able to enter into a shut-off protection plan.
They would be,
so they won't get cold during January, February, and March.
Correct. If they're low income. And we do ask them to validate that they're low income, much similar than they would with other agencies. If they are low income, we can work with them to set them up on a special plan. We do offer plans for all of our customers, but we do offer some more.
That's the other thing, because some people aren't low income, but they get in over their head. Something that they may have a flawless weekend, and that might cost them too much to, and they may not be able to pay their bills.
Absolutely. So we offer payment plans for all of our customers.
Do you offer shut-off protection plans for all your customers?
Well, if you're on a plan and you're paying it, you are protected from shut-off when you're on that plan. It's an agreement between us and the customer to pay a portion of the bill up front and then spread the arrears over 3 to 6 months.
3 to 6 months.
And as long as the customer is holding up their end of the bargain and making that payment, they're protected from shut-off. I think if I were to say one thing to our customers, though, is that it's important that when they start to get into trouble, they reach out to us, because it becomes much more difficult when thousands of dollars are owed to make an affordable payment plan with them. So I think the key is to really work with us, reach out to us early, reach out to us often, and we can work out arrangements so that people aren't getting shut off.
Okay. Angie, I want to thank you for coming by. We're going to go switch and see how we can winterize one particular house to lower that bill for the winter months that are coming.
Well, good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back, and we're going to show you how to make your house efficient, and so your energy bills go down. It's going to be really interesting, more interesting than you can imagine. We'll be right back with Detroit Wants to Know.
At The Turkey Grill. Turkey is what we do. So if you want the juiciest and easiest turkey for your holiday dinner, get your whole fried turkey now and relax on the big day. The Turkey Grill is open early every day with their $1.99 breakfast special, turkey sausage, hash browns, and toast. And they always have delicious turkey breast dinners, carved turkey breast sandwiches, turkey ribs, turkey wing bites, and juicy turkey burgers.
At the Turkey Grill, turkey is what we do.
The Turkey Grill on Woodward, 4 blocks north of West Grand Boulevard. Call 313-872-4624.
We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table. When we sit down together, we share our expertise. You've got a legal problem, we know you need relief. Advice that you can trust, that's why people come to us. We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.
Welcome back to Detroit Wants to Know. Okay, I'm doing something really unusual this week. I'm bringing you into my theater at my house, which is basically in the winter unusable because of all this water flowing behind my house. It's a very unique house. And also I invite you guys during the summer to take kayak tours of our neighborhood. It's just like Venice in Detroit. You don't usually see things like this. It's kind of interesting now because the water's low. But I have Dave DeLand with me from DTE, and Dave's going to show me how to make this thing usable in the winter. Dave, down here in the winter, it's about 10 to 20 degrees colder than the rest of Detroit because the water is still flowing under the ice, especially when the wind blows. What can I do to make this room more energy efficient, lower my bills, and make it livable without getting a space heater in the winter?
Well, there's a number of things that you can do. They vary in cost. Some are very low cost, very effective methods. You see the door right there. It has a direct access to outside, which means that you want to make sure your weather stripping forms a complete seal. You can, if you want to go a little more expensive, put a storm door on the other side, and that will create another air barrier. Around your windows, I can see that you have replacement windows, which is an excellent step because a lot of the older Detroit homes have aluminum casing windows, and those are important to upgrade as time goes on. Our energy efficiency programs have rebates for these. I don't know if you used one of our contractors to do the windows.
No, I didn't. I didn't know you had that type of program.
Absolutely. We have any number of energy efficiency programs that you can find at dteenergy.com/save energy. If we take a look at the windows there, you want to make sure that you have complete seal caulking around all of the trim and around any door casings, because there are a number of ways that air can enter your home, and most older homes have enough gaps that it's like having an entire window open all winter long.
Really?
Really.
I mean, because it's frigid down here. I mean, I have blankets, I have everything, you know, and I try to keep, I fire up the fireplace. And even that, with a fireplace, we know fireplaces work on radiative heat.
Yes.
And they suck the cold in from every place else.
It's great that you mentioned that because when you're not using a fireplace, that's another way that cold air will enter your house and heat will escape. So there are a number of methodologies in order to prevent that. They have equipment. You have to remember to take it out before you start a fire, but to put into the chimney in order to stop the air from escaping. This room, I think you'd be a great candidate for thermal curtains.
What's a thermal curtain?
A thermal curtain is a heavy-duty curtain that basically acts as an air gap and blocks the cold air between the window and your living room. So it adds another layer of insulation.
Really? Now, where do you get a thermal curtain?
You can pick up a thermal curtain just about anywhere. I guess it would be a home goods store or a Home Depot or Target, for instance.
Okay, that's interesting. When we come back, I want to talk about insulation versus blown in, and I want to talk about hiring the right contractor, because in the line of work I had my contractors come and do my windows, but not everybody can find a contractor that they can just twist and take care of. All right?
Absolutely.
You going to stick around with me?
Certainly.
All right, Dave. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, we're trying to make my theater usable in the winter, and what we learn here can help you. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about insulation. We want to keep those heating bills low because they're killing all of us. Be right back.
Find your path to success at Wayne County Community College District. From high-tech facilities to experienced instructors to a range of programs that give you the skills you need for in-demand jobs. Everything you need to jumpstart a new career or advance your education is at a campus near you. And we're here to support you every step of the way. So why wait? Register today.
Detroit Wants to Know is sponsored by the AFPD, the voice of independent retailers.
Welcome back to Detroit Wants to Know. We're still talking about keeping your home energy efficient in the winter. Now we're on the third floor in the playroom where the insulation is. Dave, what have I got wrong going with my insulation?
Well, you've got a lot of things going right with your insulation. First off, you have good insulation. You can see here that there was added insulation. You've got the original cellulose bedding down below. What we have here is an R13 batting. So the viewers can't see this, but it runs all the way down in back of this wall, and it creates an air barrier between the outside of your house and the inside of your house. Now, with the cellulose and the R13, you have about an R factor of 24. The recommendation for our climate is to have an R factor of around 49.
You mean my house is not rated R?
No, your house, well, not rated R enough. And what that means is simply how quickly the heat escapes. So the higher the R value, the better you are during the winter, and conversely, the better you are during the summer because you need to use less air conditioning.
Okay.
One of the first steps you can do, and this is a bit more of an expensive step, is to go buy insulation and install it, and then send us in your rebate, and we count that as an energy saving method.
Now you send it in the rebate just to straight up DTE, or what do you do? Where do you get information about this? You keep saying send in a rebate, do this. Go ahead. Where do you get that information?
Absolutely, and that's a question a lot of our customers have. A great source of information is the energy saving tips on our website, and that again is dteenergy.com and then a /save energy. And what that does is it lists out all of the various program offerings we have, from the free programs to the low-cost programs to the higher expense programs. And they're wonderful ways to save energy and to lower your bills.
Okay. So I go ahead, get this done, I get a rebate. What's the other way you said to get this done? Because we talked earlier off camera about blowing in insulation. What's that all about?
Absolutely. So another way you can do it is you can get a DTE certified contractor, and we have a number of contracting services that are listed on our website where you go and you have them come out and they will blow in insulation, which will increase your R value.
Now, what's the value of having a DTE certified contractor?
Well,
or DTE approved contractor?
What we do is we make sure that they're the highest quality. We vet them and we license them, which means that if there's any problems, DTE makes sure that it's taken care of. You can trust them, and you're not going to get just some guy off the street. They're going to do it right, and they're going to do it to code.
Okay. That's interesting. Tell me about the other energy savings tips that I could do for the insulation up here. Because this room is beautifully usable in the spring and in the early fall, but in the winter, it too, like the theater, gets cold, or in the summer, it gets unbearably hot.
Well, for the insulation, mostly the tip is to just have more, because that'll slow down your heat loss and the influx of hot air during the summertime. I saw downstairs, and I can see from a lot of your lights, that you've already had a home energy consultation, which is an excellent step in the energy saving journey. These are provided free of charge to any of our service territory. One of our energy tech consultants will come to visit your house and install energy saving light bulbs and shower aerators.
Right. And you can get that information at dteenergy.com
/save energy.
/save energy. Dave, I want to thank you for coming over to the River Crib. And you can attest that there is no stripper pole here. It's very clear, very clean. But thank you very much. My friends, our energy bills are high. We can lower them if we make our homes more efficient. This week I've tried to show that to you by exposing you to where I live and the energy inefficiency problems here. Make your house more R-rated. Have a great week. Go to dteenergy.com /save energy. Right. We'll be right back. Actually, we'll see you next week.